Good day, Grand Rising and Ascension. What's going on? You're with Nelly. Let's go ahead and get into it. Janine Helen, you already know you already had the intro. Let's get right into it. Malcolm, meanwhile, walks back into his room and paces up and down. He isn't sure what to do next. He wants to find her, but he knows he can't protect her. Not from Azrael. He sits down on the bed, takes a swig of whiskey, and decides to play along and go back to Montreal, as instructed, per se. He is no use to her dead, and he knows this. Bonnie finds her way to the train station and decides to book a ticket to Edmonton, or at least to a city close by, except she realizes she has no money with her. They will be waiting for her at the train station, she tells herself, and she isn't sure what to do next. She sits down about 100 meters from the entrance and waits there until she figures out what to do. Now, in the meantime, she just watches the people hurry in and out and can't help, but think that they look like the ants she used to watch at the Fundling home. They have no real purpose other than to run around all day doing menial tasks. "Are you all right, miss?" A male voice startles her, and she looks up at him from where she is sitting. There is an elderly Tartarian man and his wife standing with their dog. Bonnie has never seen Tartarians this old before, and she stares at them awkwardly for a minute. She catches herself and realizes they are staring awkwardly back at her. Her dress is covered in red wine, and she must look terrible, or hard sight. She did have a terrible night, and she grins coyly. Malcolm, she suddenly wonders what has happened to him, but she can somehow feel that he is unharmed, and she knows she needs to carry on with her journey. She explains to the elderly couple that she lost her purse and is on her way to Edmonton to be with her husband, but isn't sure how to get there without any money. "We are headed in that direction, hon. We are happy to have you travel with us, if you would like." He asks, and she stares at him, trying to establish his true intentions. His face is wrinkled from the sun, and he looks like he has had a hard life. "Thank you. That is very kind of you." She is surprised that they didn't question her story at all. She would have had she been in their position. Of course, I would have myself. She walks with them to their horse and carriage and climbs in next to his wife. She knows this will be a very long trip, but no one will find her this way, and it is her best chance at getting to Edmonton alive. "Where exactly are two of you headed?" she asks politely and quickly fixes her hair. "Quebec City." His voice is relaxed and he looks straight ahead. "No, but that is in the opposite direction of Edmonton. I need to go to Edmonton." She gets up, wanting to get out. Quebec City is a big city. It will be easier for you to get to Edmonton that way. Trust me. He gives her a soft smile and places his hand on hers. "Time to get some rest, dear. It has been quite an evening for you, hasn't it?" She wants to ask them who they are, but decides to let it be for now. She is exhausted and closes her eyes for a little while. She wakes up to the glaring sun on her face, and it is warm. Too warm. She opens her eyes and tries to orientate herself. "Good morning, dear. I hope you slept well," the old man asks and grins at her. Wait. She clears her throat and rubs her neck. It is stiff and sore. "How long have we been on the road for?" "Long. You slept the entire day and night. It's about 8 a.m. now. Judging by the angle of the sun, that is. Us peasant people don't have the luxury of owning watches," he replies sarcastically, and he takes a look at the fancy ring on her finger, and she feels ashamed and guilty. She looks around and her and all she can see See, this is when it starts getting good, y'all. See, it's farmland. It is beautiful and peaceful here, and she feels calm, relaxed, and well rested. He looks directly ahead, and his wife is holding out a big red apple for her. She takes it and immediately eats it. She is so hungry. She is pregnant with twins, after all. It is a juicy and sweet and quenches both her appetite and thirst. Who are you exactly? She asks and takes another bite of her apple. I didn't know there were some older Tartarians. What I mean is that most died before the mud flood happened, didn't they? She catches herself and decides not to carry on. I'm sorry. That was insensitive. That is all right, dear. We understand what you mean. Bonnie leans over to the wife and gives her a warm smile. Thank you so much for the apple. It is delicious. The old lady nods twice and smiles. Is she shy or afraid of me? Why doesn't she talk? She asks the old man softly. He frowns gently and looks at her with stern and sad eyes. She has no tongue. They cut it out 15 years ago. Bonnie flinches at the thought and gets angry by what has happened, to her people. She wants to kill them all. I am so sorry. She can't hide the horror on her face or the sadness in her eyes. We will continue on this path until sunset. Thereafter, you are on your own, dear. We won't go any further. We have sacrificed enough in our lifetime. She nods in agreement and lets her eyes wander off into the far distance. Malcolm, I hope you're okay, wherever you might be. Her cheeks quickly fill with some color, and they feel warm, and she knows he is okay, that he made it home safely and alive. Another 10 hours pass by, and they finally stop the cart and ask her politely to climb off. She is grateful to be on her feet again, but knows the walk ahead of her will be long. She thanks them both, and they hand her some water, bread, and another apple. Take care, dear, and if you ever meet a Cashapp, which I believe you will, tell him we helped you. Will you? The old man gives her a little wink and carries on slowly down the road. Of course I will, she mutters under her breath and waves goodbye. She walks for hours and her feet start to hurt. She has no idea where she is going. She just knows she must keep walking. She thinks about Malcolm and her heart misses him. Every inch of her misses him. She thinks about the abomination in her belly and wonders what will happen when she arrives at her destination. Will they accept me? Will they accept me and the babies? She isn't sure, but she knows she must try. She walks for 3 days straight and finally spots a creek. She takes off her boots and flinches with pain. Her feet are raw and she has blisters all over them. She sits a while and the breeze, is cooling and calming as it brushes over her wounds, and she stares up into the sky. She squints her eyes and can swear she can see the canopy of a tree, or at least the shadows of it, and she wonders what is up there. Who is up there? Where did all the dead Tartarians go, or do they merely cease to exist? She ponders that thought for a while, and she shakes her head. No, they must go somewhere. They have to, she tells herself. After all, she still sees her mother, in her dreams, so she can't merely cease to exist. I'm going to stop here because it starts getting more into that area, and I wanted to end it with a little but my throat is itchy. So, and I'm not going to sit here and make excuses for every time I want to yawn or what, because it is itchy. But yeah, so this is going to get good. I really wanted to end, you know what? I'm going to read this last little part. It's a good little cliffhanger, I think. She looks around and knows she needs to find another way to get to Edmonton. She can't walk all this way on foot. She puts her boots back on and carries on with her journey slowly. She is hungry and tells herself she needs to find a small town and somewhere to rest for a few days. She hears she hears a train in the distance and she thinks she can see a town. She picks up her pace and hurries along. She's about a mile away and she can definitely see a town and is relieved. Excellent cliffhanger. Anyway, because now you're getting, you know what I mean? I'm not gimmicking, so I'm not going to go and edit this, which I can, and cut out the little, no. I want to keep it as natural as possible. My eyes started watering, so I was losing my place a few times, and I appreciate y'all taking the time for the little 13, 14 minutes here. They want to stick by their guns, so I will just upload videos showing me handle mine, because this is legal. Yes, this is very much legal. This right here, as I was stating, I'm going to do some changes to this. So you see the Romeo MSR, all right, for the brothers and sisters, and a few other things. I'm not selling nothing, of course. Of course, we're in a safe environment. I'm very qualified, just to, if I work with nukes. It's empty. I actually emptied it out because I wanted to oil it up, and I've been working the charge handle just to get it to remove. But other than that, yes, this is one of my babies that I built. My 223 Wild, which shoots, which you can allocate 5.56. But anyway, Surefire, touch and hold light. It's magnificent. So is this part of my 223? No, I actually built this almost 2 years ago. All right. So this is a beautiful, beautiful firearm. That's what it is. Forget all that rifle and all that other nonsense these idiots are pushing. All right. So yeah. So I got to work it a little more. Okay. Because I'm not live. You know, they want to act like little babies and be political, which is not YouTube's position, nor should they be taking suggestions from any government agency. And I will share those bylines as well. Now, they have their little fake-ass attorneys and everybody else, but they're perverted. They didn't look for certain things that I just happened to come by. So every time they censor and this, that, and other based on what people say, even if it's about fake medicine going all the way back to Rothschilds and the Vanderbilts and everything else, the poisoning and the sickening and the killing of millions, other than the healing, nurturing, and raising, that means they are partaking in an agenda, and YouTube really can't stand for that. But they want to continue to be antagonistic in their ignorance. Hell, they don't call me Lucifer for nothing. I don't want to pervert a name. If you're not more than your name, something is wrong with you. These people are pretty pathetic. Very, actually. Sad. And sadly so. Anyway, I'll see y'all later and upload the next video, which will be the other two parts, which is exposing the expositions and so forth. Pale Horse and all that, I will do Pale Horse separately. I'm going to actually do about a 20, I think it's going to take me about 22 minutes to do that video. It's just going to be reading that article and uploading it. No music or anything like that. I just wanted to let you know I'm here. I have a podcast set for today. I might have to reschedule it because, you know, they're being butt heads, which whatever. And I may go ahead, well, because you people choose not to go to my other page and subscribe, I don't get why you're fundamentally, no, I do get it. I can't fix broken. But anyway, I appreciate y'all. It's nothing but love. You know, it's always the same. It'll never change. All right. And I'll see y'all later. Be careful of the snow that has fallen.